My Zimbabweans, I couldn't help. I wanted to stay off Facebook today. But being locked up and COVID, I have to make life, easy. We survive. We offload our problems by sharing with other people, on Facebook, on whatever. Normally we used to have face-to-face and talk, but can't do it. So we find the solace in talking, to other people. This is why I'm playing this music, to remind us where we are coming from and where we are going. And this is the music that inspired us as young people in the years that went by. Chimboregani vatsvaga some other people. Because hapana kana one, but I wish there were some other people. Let me tell you. Makwana, vandatsvaga ivavo vakakwana. Vandatsvaga ivavo, please. Yana mafoni aya nombonetsi. Chibva kana ichibotsvekera toda kudzokera kunhingi. Iri kuramba, ndazoigona. Nyaya iripo ndekuti we just want to be happy, to find each other, talk about things, to entertain ourselves in this COVID when we are hiding, hibernating, or hiding from the COVID-19. And I wanted to say one thing, maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong, but this is my feeling, my thinking. COVID-19, the more we hide from it, the more it gains strength. This is my feeling after having been exposed to other school of thoughts and so forth and so forth. I think the more we hide from it, the more it gains strength. I want to give you an example of how people are brought into the world. A child is born with no immunity systems at all. That's why kids, when they're born, they are so sick in the early stages of life. You find a child is sick for this, because they don't have immune. The only immune they have is from their mother's milk, trying to get the mother's immune system into themselves. But because they are born with no immune system, but the more they are exposed to the world, the more they build their own immune system. So when we hide, are we building immune systems, or we are making ourselves vulnerable? I want to think we are making ourselves vulnerable. I want to thank the company that I work for, because they said they are, an essential service. And I complained earlier on, if you remember. I said we are not in that much of an essential service, but I want to appreciate now that I've been exposed to the virus, and at one time I thought I was sick, and that sickness, I shaked it off. Then I think I've gained immunity. That's how immunity is built. You can never have immunity if you are away from the virus or the pathogen that causes a disease. The only way we can have immunity to a virus, to a pathogen, to a bacteria is by being exposed to it. When they say they immunize you, the immunization is injecting you the similar pathogen that causes that similar disease. When they say we want to immunize you against the influenza, what they do is take an influenza virus and make it inactive, kill it, and then inject it into you so that your body thinks there's a foreign body in you, and then this immune system on its own, the sympathetic nervous system, builds an immune system in you and protect yourself. But when you hide, you are waiting for it. It is waiting for you. The day you come out of your house, it will attack you. But we have been outside. We are immune. It doesn't have to attack me because my system has already built a system against it. The sympathetic nervous system has built the immune system response, to the coronavirus against it getting into me and damage me. It can get into me, but it will be fought by my system alone. Not any doctor, not any nursing personnel, not any medication, but your body is made to be the best defense against any foreign body into you. There's no other method, other medication that is better than your own system. So I want to say, don't hide. Hiding makes you weaker. I want to tell you, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but it's up to your choices. My choices, I'm going out, I go every day. I've just been out and I'm just back now. And tomorrow I go to work. Every day of the week I go to work and I meet a lot of people, some of them with the virus. And it doesn't work now on me because my body has built its own immune system against foreign bodies that can come into me. How about that? You don't want to hear it? I know. That's why you are running away. Because you think, he's crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you scientific methods of protecting yourself. Get out of your house. Go outside there. Meet other people. Let yourself be infected. Not willingly, but by mingling and mixing. Your body will get it, will fight against it, will win and build an immune system in you that will protect you. That is God's way of doing things. The people's way of doing things is not going to help you. A child is born with zero immunity. Zero. The only immunity that the child has is from the mother. It's milk. That's the only connection that a child has with his or her own mother. The milk. That's where the child gets his or her first immune system. Otherwise, it is zero. But as the child goes into the world, the child will be exposed to all bacteria, all viruses, and the child will become sick. That's why you find young children are the most vulnerable. They will be sick, because they are trying to build their immune system. I'm telling you from a point of view of learned education. This is not from my own thinking. I went to school. I must tell you, I'm a therapist. I'm a respiratory therapist by training. I went to school at Durham Community College to become a respiratory therapist. I learned all these things. So when I am saying I'm not dreaming, I'm telling you from a point of view of a therapist, a guy who knows his stuff. I went to school to do it, and I did it, and I passed with flying colors. Immunity is never inborn. You acquire immunity as you are born, and you are exposed to the outside world. That's when you start to build your immunity. It's just like the humanistic approach to life. The humanists, they say a child is born with a free or a clean slate. A clean slate. Meaning when a child is born, he has no sin, he has no any blemish, is just clean. But the spiritual, perspective, the spiritual perspective says a child is born with the first sin that was committed by the forefathers, the sin of Adam and Eve. But science says a child is born with no blemish. He has a clean slate. The sins of a child begins when he or she grows to be an adult and become involved in all issues of the world, where they can now start to commit their own crime. But this is the same as the immunity system. You are born with no immunity. Your immunity can only be acquired by being out there in the world, where you are going to be mixing with other people, where you are now going to induce into yourself, into your immune system, the sympathetic nervous system, and say, oh, what is this now in me? The body itself says, I don't understand this. Who is now in me? And it starts to build a defense mechanism against any foreign body in itself. Our bodies, this is a complex thing. Nobody knows it. That's why even the doctors will tell them, I have got COVID-19. They will run for their lives because they don't understand it. Don't think that because somebody is a doctor, they know everything. Let me tell you, doctors consult me when it comes to respiratory problems. I am not saying I'm knowledgeable about everything, but I know the respiratory diseases and how it can be treated, and I can be a consultant as far as respiratory diseases are concerned, and doctors will be asking a respiratory therapist how to help a patient, and the patient will be happy when a respiratory therapist comes and say, hi, my name is so and so, I'm coming here to help you breathe better, and I want to help you to feel better, and I will do it. And you just do everything that general practitioner will do. Test the lungs, feel them, hear them through the stethoscopes and all, and say, I need to help you because of the sounds that you can hear from the chest, and say, okay, I want to help you. I will help you. After hearing the noises from the chest of a patient, and then you say, I think this guy is, fluids in the chest, and he is having trouble to breathe or whatever, and I can help by draining that stuff out of the chest, through the machines that we have. And then we can insert, a machine, part of the machine into the air pipe to the U or Y. I want to make it simple, to the Y branch, where the other one goes to this side, to the left and right, and then say, oh, there it is. Then you stop there, and then you drain. The person will be so happy, but when you set it, they want to vomit, they want to do whatever, and they are cursing you. But if you say, no, I'm trying to help you, say, or madam, and then after a while, they listen, they start to feel better, and they say, thank you very much. I didn't know you were helping me. I thought you wanted to kill me. This is part of the jobs that people do. I'm not doing that anymore, but I'm telling you what I can do, what I understand, what I know, because I went through it. I went through training. When you go for this training, don't think that you just go to a class where you are trained to become a respiratory therapy, just like that. You went through many classes until you get to that class of being a physical or a respiratory therapy or therapist. I went through a lot of training, from English classes to psychology to human development psychology, from birth to death. We did a lot of learning in the United States of America at Durham College of Community College of Learning. So when a lot of people argue with me, they don't know. They think, just because you have a battery, you have a gadget that is full of energy, battery, and you have data, you can argue, you can write what you want. You are a physical therapist, you are a respiratory therapist, you are a lawyer, you are a general practitioner, you are everything. Just because of your phone. There's a difference between having a phone and having knowledge. Anyway, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I'm just saying, don't try to be knowledgeable about everything that you don't know. There are some other people who know some things, and they will tell you. But you want to argue, because we cannot go with our credentials on the internet and say, I am so and so, I did this. But we just argue with you and try to tell you the truth about everything. And then you start to argue on your point of view of your ignorance. I'm sorry, I'm not insulting, but I'm just saying, but I'm sorry, because a lot of people, they have data, they have a battery, a full charged phone, and they can go online and tell people whatever they think, which is unfounded. Aiwa, nasi zvakwana, andingavengora machitaura kusvika kwaedza. But I just wanted you to know that for us to gain this immunity, I did a microbiology class for me to become a respiratory therapist. I did a microbiology class where we were growing bacteria, microbes of any kind, and tested them under the microscope and to identify what a microbe is. From your foot, where you step on the ground, from your mouth or your tongue. You take, a sample and put it on a test tube and put it in the incubator, and after a week, or depending, how long we will be meeting again, then we will be sampling those, microbes in a lab and find what they are. Gram positive, gram negative, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You guys, you know nothing, but you want to pretend that you know. You know nothing. Even the doctors want to ask us and say, how can I deal with this patient? How can I do it? No, because we have the knowledge. And when you think you know, when you don't know, you are poisonous. And just because you have a phone that is data, that is a battery, that is fully charged, and then you start talking, don't lie to the people. I want to stop here, because I can see a lot of people running away because they are being told the truth. They don't want to hear it because they want to lie and pretend to be knowledgeable when they are not. So today I want to say thank you. Ndo zvinhu zvandada ndikutaurire kuti musada kuti moziva imusingazivi. Kana usingazivi dzidziswawo. Haikona kuti unoziva zvese. You cannot know everything. Have an area where you can tell us that you did this training, you understand this, that's why you are arguing. I'm a lawyer, I went to school, I'm arguing on the point of knowledge. I'm a financial personnel. I went to school to do finances. I'm an accountant. Not what ndoziva unozivei? Hapana. Naro chete. Naro Congo. Sorry. Zivai zvinhu rekangoita nharo muchidzidziswa zvimwe zvinhu zvandinoonzwa. Pane mawebsite andinoziva ari kukupusisai muchidzidziswa zvinhu zvekunyeba moungana ipapo wagona zvinhu zvomoitira nharira zvi hamuzvizive, hamuna kana data about it, you don't have knowledge, but moda kungopikisa muno maitaura zvanofunga nokuti une phone ine battery nedata chete, asi njere chechedzo hauna. Sorry, ndagumira pano nhasi, ndisati ndatuka vanhu vakawanda, ndanichiumira pano pateerera music chete. I want you to listen to the music. This is the music that inspired us in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 70s to go to grab power from Ian Smith, Chingerai, inspiring the nation. Saka ndichamirira pano mubhotera mazichete nandichataura lazidzi dedi. Yesu mwana wangu uri sei? Aiwa deni hatisiyani. Uri mwana wangu iwewe. I love you so much. I know you love me. I'm your father. Vanachasura vachauya vene vedzino nyika. Yeah, anyway, ndapedza manje rega ndichifinisha.